The Bulgarian financial sector is undergoing dramatic transformations. Here to shed light on these changes, George Borisov and Venelin Gorgiev. Now, first, tell me about the challenges in your local sector.
The national legal framework allows us to do business only in the field of long-term life insurance. We're deprived of contact with the short-term life insurance contracts, which is the main sector of life insurance in Bulgaria. For example, the company can grow significantly even in production volume if some unfair legal texts are just removed from the legislation. And this is one of our main goals in future. So such examples can be given as: first, pensions that are paid from pension funds are not subject to taxation, whereas insurance savings are being taxed. Second, payment of premiums to pension funds is regulated and smooth, while insurance payments to insurance companies often depend on the mood of the employer of the applicant for insurance. Third, tax authorities and government violate regulations and directives of the European Union. There is a lack of dialogue between government and business. The opinion of Mr. Tony Thompson, who is the representative of the World Bank for Bulgaria, is that government is a partner and a regulator that should be avoided by business.
We just heard from George some of the issues that your industry has faced. Tell me about your company and how it's been able to transcend these problems and build a long-term growth strategy.
Many managers advise their companies to change and rethink their goals. We at Tumico, however, defend the opposite idea. Because of the restrictive legal framework, we defend product simplicity and universality. The formula simplify and repeat is perceived very well by the market. That is why in our practice we constantly develop more clearly defined target groups of people. Also, ad limiting characteristic logo is placed on all our papers and advertisements, combined with an altruistic product content which says that with us it's easy and we hope to be so.
I would also add that simplicity is a useful tool against the growing complexity of corporate structures. To manage with globalization, companies are beginning to use complex matrix systems of management. This is a hidden killer of the current type of business. To avoid this, we strive for simplicity. But only simplicity is not enough. Along with it, Tumico has the following business practices: rejuvenation of the staff, education of our own talents, concentration of all resources in market action and active advocacy by Amice, and solving complex administrative tasks by small groups of highly qualified specialists.
Venelin, what are your clients asking for mostly? Is it corporate or private insurance?
We have different types of clients, but we have headed to the most hardest segment. This is product at the expense of the insured. The reason for sincere pride is that through all those years we managed to stop the turnover of our members. It should be noted that when Tumico was founded, this was a significant problem. Of all 662 persons who founded the insurance company, today only 3 of them are still members. But for the last 2014, members who ended their membership, only 14 people of all 30,000 members. So you can see that fighting turnover is the minor problem as a component of our work.
Fascinating. So tell me, George, about how you're preparing for Solvency II. We know that it's coming. What's the industry responding with?
We understood the full meaning of Solvency II when we made our own forward-looking assessment of own risk, FLAIR, or formerly known as ORSA, Own Risk and Solvency Assessment. Solvency II looks and forward in time and estimates a larger volume of factors that affect solvency, while Directive Solvency I was lying only on the past and present. But there is also a hidden effect. Questions set by EIOPA by Solvency II were a huge exchange of experience between European insurers. So this was the most pleasant surprise.
George, your company in particular, let's talk about some of the changes that are coming.
Cooperation and membership in AMICE, the Association of Mutual Insurance and Insurance Cooperatives in Europe, where Tumico was accepted and welcomed as a full member, turned out to be very useful. This is the main reason, according to us, why we are in step with the EIOPA's and the local regulators' requirements.
Okay, so finally, Vanelin, tell me, what does the future hold for the Bulgarian insurance industry?
Care and depth of insurance penetrations grows with the increase of the people's well-being and care. In social insurance, obligations and rights of the business should be aligned with those of the state to its citizens, at least. In Bulgaria, there's a difficult process of the abdication of the state from the social activities, because structure of our country is that it is still the largest employer, and its own structures provide the population with health care and pensions. This must be changed so that the market advantages can become available for citizens.